We create reality through our feelings and emotions. Those feelings and emotions have a frequency, and that frequency determines what reality we create that mirrors back to us because it mirrors our internal state. But we used to be able to do so much more than that with our bodies. Tribes used to be able to hear the stars. Tribes used to be able to do things like melt stone, move huge objects of stone. And the way that they did it was they matched the frequency and the vibration of that object to move it. And they used to travel the same way through traveling stones. Stonehenge has stones from 500 miles away. We used to use sound to match the frequency and vibration in our bodies and travel to those sites. Our bodies are 90% space, and we are constantly going in and out of the quantum. So we were trained from the time we were young, little, to feel our bodies and to be able to bring up the frequency of the object, of the place we wanted to go and travel. Just because we knew what that felt like. We knew what 528 hertz feels like in our bodies. We know what 963 hertz feels like in our bodies. And we could feel the earth, and we could feel gravity, and we could feel the stars. And we can still do that, but we have not had the technology taught to us. And we do not feel our bodies. And people can say, oh, you sure do. No, you do not. Not like we used to. We are constantly in our heads. We are constantly absorbing things on our phones, which keeps us in our heads and our imagination. We are constantly being bombarded by other frequencies. Everything that's played, everything that has sound on TV or music is at 440 hertz, and 432 is our natural state. So we are constantly being dysregulated. And then we live in a capitalistic society where stress affects the nervous system, and the nervous system keeps you in the lower frequency range because stress, anxiety, all of that is lower frequencies. So you do not feel your body, because if you did, the way that we used to, you would be able to change things if you knew how to work it, if you knew how to feel. We are coming back to this because you know what trauma does? You know what pressure does? Pressure creates more feeling in the body. Your amygdala gets bigger. People call it empaths. No, it's trauma. And it's coming full circle because everything is a wave or a spiral and it's recursive. So now we are experiencing so much pressure that everybody is going to start feeling their bodies in a big way. We are going to learn this because that is the natural evolutionary cycle. We used to be able to do it before, and we are coming back around to learning to do it again. And the way that you control your reality with your body is you have to feel the emotions in it. You have to feel it, and you have to move through it, and you have to get it out, and you have to let it pass. It's a wave. We have to feel it in order for it to move through us and for us to move back into the higher frequency. We have to choose the higher frequency, and we have to choose to experience the lower frequency. And we have to get back into our bodies. That means being present. That means practicing being in your body and feeling. We used to do so much with sound. We used to heal with sound. That's why everything was a circle. That's why healing frequencies were used in bells and churches. They were healing centers. before they became capitalistic money-making machines. And now everything is a square. And that's not how sound moves. That's not how nature moves. So everything in the simulation, in this reality, is built for you to overcome. And the way we overcome it is to override our subconscious, unconscious programming that creates the realities over and over and over again the way that we are experiencing them. We overwrite the feelings and we move into a higher frequency no matter what is happening. We choose love. We see what's happening, we feel it, and we let it go through its wave, and then we choose to go back up to love. It doesn't mean bypassing, it doesn't mean not feeling. It means feeling and then choosing to feel something different. Our autonomy, our choices, our control has always been taken from us, and that's part of the game, so that it can be more challenging. Other people can attribute it to a secret society or whatever. All that is story arcs. The bottom line is it's still a game, it's still a simulation, and you still have to move through it. And the way that you change your reality is to move into a frequency that can mirror that to you, a higher frequency, because that's your internal state. Remember, feelings, emotions have a frequency. That's energy. We do not see reality. The electromagnetic range, we see less than 1% of 1%. You are an electromagnetic being, creating everything from this electromagnetic field. That's how it's made. That's how reality is made. And we don't see it. So we rely on everything else and everybody else instead of our own feelings, instead of our own bodies. So feel your body. You have to feel and get out of your head. And that means that you put away things like television and phones and practice being present. Because in the present is where everything happens. In the present is where you can feel your emotions and move through them. So that's what this week's podcast is going to be about, is how to change reality, how it works with your frequency and sound. So I hope this helps.